It's war this week. You know what I'm saying? Have you been really keeping up? Have you seen any of the stuff Rick Ross has been doing over the last couple of days? Now that he's the only person that's responded to Drake, and it's still a Drake leak. Drake still hasn't put it out officially anywhere. There's the what's it called? Drop and Give Me 50. I assume we're calling it.
Yeah, I saw Rick Ross's verse. I thought it was pretty solid. Beat was crazy too, but I don't know. I didn't expect Rick Ross to like really hop in. Like I thought maybe he was just gonna like everybody else was kind of gonna let Kendrick and Drake duke it out. But I think it is cool to see Rick Ross hopping in. I guess I thought it was kind of weird that at the show he did. You see what he did at the show?
Yeah, he
Yeah, like
played
he
I'm
played.
on one and then cut it off. I don't think it's real.
You don't think the beef is real between them?
No,
Why not?
no, because there's. You saw the image that Drake put up of the whiteboard in the studio.
Yeah, kind of.
1 second, I'm gonna read it to you because I was just like, okay, yo, Double XL got to get it together. Because why do y'all have so many ads on here? Okay, the rap game will never be at peace. There will always be competition, and as long as there's competition, there will never be peace. Everyone wants to be the one. So I saw this, and then we heard the song, and then Rick Ross put that video out of him in the studio laughing. And at first, I was like, "Oh, he been waiting for a beef like this, right?" Like Rick Ross beefed with 50 Cent, who was like the king of beefs. You know what I'm saying? And he came out sort of like he lost that. I think he lost that. But regardless, he was first to step out. So I'm like, "Oh, he ready." But then I seen the response, and then I seen the response to the response. Like you saw the text message with his mom.
Yeah,
I was like, this is jokes now. And then they're reposting it on each other's story. And he's wearing like and Rick Ross was wearing the Drake sweater at the show. I'm like, this is just jokes.
yeah.
This is just facade show fun. I mean, if we're gonna get great music out of it, I really could care less. I couldn't care less if it's fake or not. But the stuff with Rick Ross don't feel real to me.
I could understand that. I mean, I guess last year everybody was kind of talking about how rap had a dip year anyway, so maybe they're trying to just bring the feeling back, I guess. And I could definitely see it being fake. I mean, I was kind of wondering why he was wearing the hoodie at the show. Like I thought that was weird. I thought maybe it was like a remade version where he like crossed out Drake's face or he had like remixed it or something, but I guess it was just his merch. So I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it's hard to
There
tell at this
was
point.
there there was somebody that said that it's like Drake when Drake was beefing Meek Mill. He had the free Meek Mill T-shirt on at one of his concerts, so they said it could be like that. But to me, it don't feel this. It don't hit the same because there was no text or words on it or whatever. But keep going.
Right. Yeah, I think it also kind of goes back to what you said last week. Like all these people could just tweet about it, or you can get your this song leaked, quote unquote. He probably just sent that to a bunch of
Yeah, I was
people,
about to say, do you
all
think
the
it?
versions
I
he
don't think
had.
it's a leak anymore. I think they're just putting it out like
No,
that. Yeah.
yeah, I think they were just trying to like build some hype around it, or see if people liked it, see what lines people really stuck with at like with the versions, I guess. And then he just kept making tweaks as it was going, which I don't know. I don't like that style of releasing the track. Like you should just put out your best punch. But I do think Drake, he was the first one to throw like a real punch besides Kendrick, or throw a punch back, I guess, because obviously Future had said some stuff, but he never said a name. Cole never said a name. Like he was just kind of, we knew who he was going at, but he didn't say a name. But like you can clearly tell who Drake is talking to throughout that whole record. And I think that's what's really gonna start it. I think Kendrick's gonna release a song this next week, to be
Do
honest.
you do you put any? Because a lot of people don't like the way that they release it, but I like it that way because I think like it gives him some cover on some things. Like in the final version or the fully mixed version, like the one that Act played, there was no Diddy line in there. But in the original one that dropped on Twitter that everybody was seeing, the Diddy line was in there. And so like he has the cover of like being able to like, oh, I ain't really say that for real, or oh, I ain't put it out. It just got leaked type shit, but everybody knows what he means in that moment, like because in the final one it's blanked out. And I feel like as the biggest artist in the world, you can't really like, you can say the Diddy line, but can you say the Diddy line type shit? So I kind of get it. And then what else was I gonna say? So I'll ask you that first. Do you think that there's something to that, like getting fan, like he's so big that he can just see if people like it and then put it out?
Yeah, I think, like I said, I think it's good that they're building the hype around it and they're kind of giving people a sneak peek of what it would look like. But I just feel like he should have just mixed and mastered
Just
it
drop
before
it.
like I feel like, yeah, like, and I feel like he could have figured out all those versions with a different rapper. Like I feel like he didn't have to sit here and show it to us. I feel like it would have had just as much as an effect if he would have just dropped the whole thing, because it's Drake, like at the end of the day. Or if he would have just had the third version, sent it to Ack, and then that's the first thing that we heard, like the leak from there. Like, but I don't know. I think it's a good way to build hype around it, and it gets some fanfare going for it, because obviously everybody's been waiting on Drake's song. But yeah.
So okay, I would ask, what's your favorite bar from the Drake disc? And then let's start there. What's your favorite bar from the Drake disc, and who do you think pops out next?
Um, my favorite bar from the Drake disc. I'm trying to think. He I thought the line about Ja Morant was kind of funny, because I
Yeah,
didn't know he had beef with Ja Morant, and then I had to sit there and really think about the whole, like, the gritty thing. I was like, I
the
mean, a lot
Giddy,
of niggas gritty at this.
the Giddy, but he's
Yeah,
the one. He's
hit the
the
little
one
gritty,
though.
bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, like,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, but that's the thing. I was sitting there like, it's definitely him if that's what he's talking about. And then I think the whole drop and give me 50 thing is just like smart overall.
Yeah,
Like I feel like he triple entendre, just talking about so many different things. There was people on Twitter talking about he's not talking about push-ups, and he's not talking about but he's talking about multiple things in that line, in
right.
that little chorus. And I feel like I
There's
don't
a
know if I
couple of
said
them.
this last week. Yeah, bro. Like I don't know if I said this last week, but I think like I said, he was gonna be one of the people to make it like a hit, and not just like like I texted you, like a survival or a 6 p.m. in New York. Like I feel like he was going to play into the fact that like that had been everywhere, and I think that's what he's doing right now. But I think once Kendrick comes back, I don't think Kendrick's gonna be doing that. I think it's gonna be straight to the bars for real, and I think that's when we're gonna get the real, like
So you
the
think
diss
Kendrick
track. Like
drops next?
I think so. I mean, I don't care if Rick Ross disses Drake. That's not what I need. I mean, Future, I would love to hear a Future diss, but he just released 2 projects. I don't expect him to. Like,
I feel like you know what? Like if this had happened a couple years ago, I would be more excited for Rick Ross to go back and forth with him, just because like his pen is so crazy. His pen is so crazy. Like before he started, bro, he was a ghostwriter for Diddy. He was a ghostwriter for Dr. Dre. He was writing for so many Trick Daddy. He was writing for so many people behind the scenes. And like I feel like if there's anybody who like pen wise could go back and forth with him, it might be Rick Ross, because they're on that same type of like, you know what I'm saying, that same type of vibe. But I'm with you. I don't really care. My favorite bars from the disc. One of them would probably be like your label boy, you in the scope right now, and you're gonna feel the aftermath of what I write down. That's a bar because
yeah,
he signed the aftermath one. Took me a minute to remember that he was signed to Dre. I forgot. So and that plays into the whole premise of the record. It's like he signed to he signed to Top Dog, who signed to Aftermath, who signed to Interscope. So he's giving like, and he's giving Top 50%. So then everybody's, you know what I'm saying? That plays into the whole scheme of the song. And then there was the Whitney one, the Whitney bar. Which one was that? It was
I didn't understand that.
okay. So there's a movie. Oh, so it's like a double entendre. So there's a movie with Whitney Houston called The Bodyguard, and I guess she's cheating in the movie with the bodyguard. And Whitney is the name of Kendrick Lamar's wife. So it's like a
Oh
double. It's
wow.
like a play on like the Whitney Houston cheating in The Bodyguard and Whitney being with some bodyguards, like the wife. We don't
Yeah.
got, you know what I'm saying? But it was like, I was like, okay, that was kind of clever. I was like, that's kind of clever. Those are my two favorite ones, if I'm being honest. But I catch new ones every time I go back. Hopefully, I think Kendrick will drop soon.